Hello everybody, this is Mahadeva. So I just want to say hello and welcome to the new subscribers who have subscribed at the Warrior 90 Day Lightning Qigong level on the thunderwizard.com page. So welcome. You've taken on a very exciting journey, and I'm going to be with you in this journey, and there's a lot more to come. For those of you who are new, sometimes knowing how to navigate the Patreon site can be a little confusing, so here's what you need to know. All of the video posts are done in sequential order, which means that the videos at the top are the newest, and as you go further down, you get to the older videos. So for instance, if you're just doing the Warrior 90 Day videos, then what you would do is you would scroll down the page to the earliest Warrior 90 Day video and start from there, and then move up on the page as you go through each of the videos. Be sure that when you're doing the Warrior 90 Day that you do one level at a time. So the first one is, just do the basic video tutorial that I have, and again, it's real easy. All you got to do is just click play and just listen to me and follow along. That's all you have to do. It's very simple. So start with that and make sure that you stick with that for 90 days. Then after the first 90 days, you can move to the level 2, where it's going to be very similar, but I add some new things and a couple of twists here and there, which, as you'll notice, will increase the energy quite a lot. So you've got to be prepared for that. And also, if you're new to this, I also strongly recommend that you do the Celestial Qigong. The Celestial Qigong and the Warrior 90 Day go hand in hand. And the Celestial Qigong actually strengthens the nerves and the meridians so that you can handle the energy that's coming. We also, in the 90 Day, we do things in there that we don't do in the Celestial Qigong. So if you're somebody who hasn't done the Warrior 90 Day and you've only done the Celestial Qigong, the Warrior 90 Day has some other things in there that you won't have in that. So you really need both of those if you really want to get the most out of it. So if you are, that's what you need to know just to do the Warrior 90 Day. Again, stay in each level for 90 days minimum before you move to the next one. There's a lot of you who are contacting me, and I'm very excited to hear about the transformations that you're experiencing. And as you know, it can be really exciting. Physically, the feeling of the energy is amazing, and you're having more access to your emotions. And so now you're learning how our ancestors and how spiritual warriors deal with these kinds of things, whereas what we're taught in society is to stuff our emotions down or to act on them, And so those are ways of dissipating or to avoid the intense feelings. And that is, we've been trained to do that in our society so that we can be good little peons and fit in the machine. So you may be finding it difficult to go through normal routines because you're realizing that it's just a routine, and you see, just people just mindlessly going through things. Maybe you're becoming more aware of your emotional experience. Maybe you're having awarenesses of things in your past, and you're starting to become more and more aware of what your true feelings are. That is a good thing. You're not alone. Everybody so far that has contacted me who's doing this is sharing similar things. So the thing to do is just to keep doing the work, keep doing the exercises, and you can get a journal, and it's very good actually to journal your thoughts and your feelings, your awarenesses as they come up. I just realized that my mom said this to me when I was 10 years old, and I never forgot it, and I held on to it, etc., etc. Write that stuff down. It's good to have somebody to talk to. If you have a friend that you can talk to and share your feelings with who is safe, talk to that person. If you have a mentor, a therapist, a teacher, somebody that you can get together with and just talk your feelings out with. That's a very important part of the process. That's one of the things that I do for people when I apprentice them. So if you need that and there are slots available, you can go and upgrade to the level up, which would be the 108 level or above, and then you'll get one session with me at least once a month. By the way, those of you who are new and you're giving me your birth information, unless you're at that $108 level or above, I don't need your birth information. I appreciate it. I know it's a little confusing, but I only need that if I'm actually working with you one-on-one. But bear in mind, if you're new to this Patreon page, you'll see that you have access to a lot of videos. So you have access to all of the videos. I mean, I don't even know how many hours there are in the Manifestation Mastery course. And the same thing applies. You want to get to the first Manifestation Mastery course video, then you go to where it says, you scroll to the bottom, you click more, it says load more, and you keep doing that until you get to the first video of the Manifestation Mastery course, and then you can move your way up. And the same is true for the Shamanism Mastery course. If you want to look at that, then again you scroll to the bottom, you hit load more until you get to the oldest, and then you can move your way up. And so again, those of you who are at the Warrior 90-Day Lightning Qigong, you have access to both of those other courses, the Manifestation Mastery course and the Shamanism Mastery course. And I recommend you to take advantage of all of it. There's a lot of stuff there, so don't overdo it. But anyway, that's I just wanted to say hello and once again remind people how it worked and let you know what's coming. We've got level 1, which is just the basic practice of the Warrior 90-Day. The level 2, as you know, I've added some new stuff. Level 3, I'm going to bump up to a whole nother level, and I'm currently working on that. You should only do one level for 90 days at least. You should only do one level at a time for at least 90 days. You don't need to rush it. Those of you who are doing level 2 now, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of things coming up, so you have to be psychologically, emotionally, and mentally prepared as best as possible. Again, if you're in the beginnings, this Celestial Qigong goes hand in hand with the Warrior 90-Day. So congratulations. This is really important work. I'm even downplaying it, but this is very important work that we're doing. And the world is heading into a new crisis of awareness. And so it's going to be important for all of us to do our part. By doing this practice, you're not only empowering yourself, but you are also creating a synchronous vibration for the rest of the world as well. And so it's really important that you do your part to bring yourself to your highest awareness, because that is where the rest of the world will find their awareness. So I'm going to share a story with you. This was given to me by my teacher, and I don't know where he heard it, but there was a village. I don't know where it was. Let's say it's in India. A village in India, and there was a tremendous drought, and the rains weren't coming, and people were starving, and they didn't have clean water, and they had heard of this shaman in a neighboring village. And so they went to that shaman and they said, "We heard that you could help us, and here's what's happening. We're out of balance here, and our village is suffering, and we heard that you had the power to bring nature back into balance. Would you please come to our village and do that ritual for us?" And so he came to the village, and he toured the village, and they told him what was going on with the crops and the rain and the bickering and the violence over here, and et cetera, et cetera. And so he said, "Okay, great. Now, if you would please set up for me a dwelling, like a tent or something, on the edge of the village. Please do that for me." And so they did, and they made a little dwelling for him at the edge of the village. And then he went into his little hut there, and he did his work. Nobody knew what work he was doing. And sure enough, however long it took, let's say 90 days, in 90 days, the rains came back, and disease was healed, and balance came back to the village. And they were all so grateful to him. And he said, okay, my work here is done. And they said, tell us, please, what did you do for us? And he said, I didn't do anything for you. I went off and I addressed the imbalance within myself. And when I asked to be outside of your village, because I felt the imbalance within your village and what was happening with you, and I wanted to be just outside of your village so that I could balance and heal myself from the imbalance that I felt coming from you. He said, that's all I did. I just balanced myself. And this is an important lesson, because when you balance yourself, you know, things around you and people around you start to get balanced. Now, you don't have to try and go and do what this shaman did, because it's not your responsibility to fix anybody else. Now, if that truly happened according to the way this story was told, it meant that that shaman actually had karma with those people, and he had to balance himself in order to help them balance themselves. But this is how it works. And there have been experiments done and studies done where, if you take a group of meditators in a city or in a section of a city, and I remember reading about one experiment where a group of Buddhist meditators got together and they meditated to bring down the crime rate. And sure enough, crime rate went down. And they didn't do anything except meditate for themselves, bring themselves back into balance. So this is the focus. Bringing yourself back into balance is what's going to help others. It's going to, people will come up with ideas on what to do. It's amazing to me, sometimes I come up with this brilliant idea for a video or for a teaching, and somebody will say, I was just before you threw up that video, I was just thinking, I wish Mahadeva would talk about this. So the more that you balance yourself, the more that you balance the world around you. So I'm sharing this with you to give you hope, because when you run into those challenges, when you run into the resistance, when you run into those challenging memories or those challenging feelings that will come up as a result of this work, take courage and be encouraged to move forward, because it means not only are you going to heal, but you're also going to have an effect on, who knows, somebody on the other side of the world might make a decision that will change the course of human history, because you did your work to meditate, do your energy work, and balance yourself. All right, so thank you all again, and congratulations, and keep putting the intention out there. My goal is to get 1,000. Let's start with 1,000 people doing the Warrior Lightning Qigong, and then we can come together and we can focus our intentions, and who knows what we can accomplish. All right, so everybody stay safe, take care of yourself, and I will talk to you guys very soon.